Alright guys, welcome back to the GSL. It's the playoff match between Top and Virus. Which one of these guys will advance to the round of 16? The map is Crossfire. Crossfire usually a map where games don't get too long, except sometimes in TBT. It's very, very difficult to attack through the middle of Crossfire.
Yeah, it definitely is. There's so many different ways you can get to and from each main. Very drop orientated if you can catch your opponent out of position as well. There's just so many options on this map, but it's definitely not a not the standard build you normally see as well. Exactly. It's a very good map for specific targeted builds as well. I'm always a fan of those. Of course, we had OGS Top vetoing Terminus Re and Virus not wanting dual sight. Interesting, I see a lot of Terran players actually liking dual sight recently.
That's true, but in TBT, I mean, you know, sometimes you don't want to hit it on TBT, I think, but you don't necessarily know you're going to hit TBT when you go into this, so we'll see. The countdown has started. Top looks confident. Virus, I think, maybe a little bit more nervous. These guys will clash. Top's great macro, Virus's creative style, who will come out on top and advance to the round of 16. Let's find out. I am Wolf, and with me is Unstable, and this is Codes. All right, up here at the position that is not the bottom, it is also the player not at the bottom of the roster. He is...
Tap.
She pointed in the direction of his spawn location. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I just have to make these jokes sometimes. I'm sorry. I know there's so many angry nerds out there. Down here at the bottom position, a member of the team Startail, pretty creative, is going gas first. He is.
There he is on strain. So, we did say gas first, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Let's have a look. What do you think he's going to go out of this one, Wolf?
Well, a lot of the time on this map you see Blue Flame Hellions, but Banshees are still really popular. The thing about this map is the spawning area is actually pretty big. So there's a lot of different areas you can drop the Hellions. And it's not like Xel'Naga Caverns where you can barely fit all your structures inside of your base. That's how I feel about the main of Xel'Naga sometimes. There's actually several different areas that might not be covered by depots. So if you can sneak in there and get those Hellions in, they can be quite devastating. We'll have to wait and see though. SCV Scout for Top coming out pretty early here. And in fact, Top has taken no gas. He's going to be going for a 1 barracks expand. He's going to get in here. He is going to be very aware of the fact that it's a gas first, because his orbital has already started. And if you're, if you play TBT at a lower level, well, the lower level, most people don't gas first, but if you ever see, you're like, well, I started my orbital and his is really late, most likely it means he goes gas first. You can click on the gas and see. Factory has been spotted as well here by Top, so that's going to allow him to scan later to see what he wants to do. Yeah, the SCV is extremely pesky. Does actually get away with only taking 1 poke from Virus. Hopefully he didn't get the Startail Virus after he got
I was waiting for that to come from you. No, he's going to say that, isn't he?
Yeah, you get poked by that, you're going to get the Startail Virus. So Top is going to make that command center most likely on the high ground. Although he does scout his opponent with gas first, so if your opponent goes gas first, you can kind of make it on the low ground. He's not going to be sending a lot of Marines to attack you, but...
But he does have that wall off as well, so he's going to be safe from trying to get up there, unless he completely misclicks or something and lets them up through those supply depots. But oh, actually...
What's that? Actually what?
The starport is interesting.
Well, he's getting a tech lab on the factory, and it could be Banshees. Banshees are pretty popular on this map, especially because there's this wide open area where the Banshees can fly. A lot of maps don't have this, but Terminus has this. This map has this. Xel'Naga Caverns has it. It's an area where the Banshee can fly and be safe in between the natural and the main. And I'm thinking it is going to be Banshees because he's already lifted that factory. I thought it was going to be Blue Flame.
It could have been one or the other at this point, though.
And TBT, you just don't know.
No.
That's what makes it such a scary matchup to play. There's a lot of limited information that goes in.
It just means you got to be prepared for a lot more options. There we go. We do see that Banshee. He hasn't actually taken his second gas yet, though.
I think he's going to make a command center, actually. He's going to do one Banshee into a command center. This is a pretty popular build. Especially if you're scare your opponent into keeping his command center in his base for a while, and then you come and equalize the supply a little bit, you kill some of the SCVs, then you take your own command center. It can be a pretty good build.
Yeah.
Top actually bunkering here just to make sure that everything is okay. Doesn't want to get Blue Flame Hellions into his main or anything like that from the low ground. Now he is getting his starport up. He may actually go counter Banshees as well. I say counter Banshees, I don't mean that he's going Banshees to counter, I just mean...
Yeah. Sometimes he might just get a Viking just to be safe.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he's going to do.
Is he?
Yep.
You sure?
Actually, yeah, I see the Viking coming out. I'm absolutely sure unstable.
Oh, nice scan.
Yeah, nice scan. He knows that's where the starport would be. Sees that Cloak is not being researched. In fact, Blue Flame is being researched, but, oh, he did see a glimpse of that Hellion, so he may know what's going on here.
Yep.
Probably, though, if he didn't see that Hellion, he's going to expect that it's going to just be regular siege mode timing after the Banshee. Both players actually going for Blue Flame at this point. Like I said, there's a huge amount of space inside the main, and uh-oh, the Banshee's going to get caught immediately here. Without Cloak, she may not escape. Didn't flee in the correct direction either. She's just going to come in here, try to scout, maybe target down a unit or two. Does die.
We did see that command center. So.
Yeah, not a huge investment. I mean, he knew the command center would be there. He saw no gases.
Yep. Both these guys going for Blue Flame Hellions now as well. It's something we've been seeing a shift into a lot of tank Blue Flame from a lot of Terrans in the last couple of days.
It's very true. Virus getting a drop ship out as well. Most likely going to drop in that very wide open main base. Can't stress it enough. On maps like this, where you have that wide open main base, it's kind of like the base on Tall Dream Altar. It's just very wide open. There's a lot of different places to drop. So it's difficult for your opponent to have something on every side of the base to spot. That SCV was taken out by the Marine, but Virus is going to get some revenge here with his own Marine, take control of the Selnaga Watchtower. Now the dropship is done. The Hellions are loaded up. Only 3 Hellions, not 4. Blue Flame about to finish 4 top, though. I'm trying to figure out if he's prepared to dropship himself, but he has not, actually. Looks like he's at a second factory. He's getting a reactor, like you mentioned earlier, to maybe just use the Blue Flame throughout the entire game. Middle, beginning, and end.
Yeah. Look at this barracks over on the top left-hand corner, though.
Yeah, I like that. And he's going to see this drop, maybe.
Oh, maybe. It's going to be close.
Checking in on my vision.
He does.
See it.
If he's paying close enough attention.
And the Viking is there.
Again.
There's a second Viking as well. He can stop this. He even has his own Hellions prepared. And that's going to be that.
Those Vikings, great positioning by top. It's really saved him from quite a bit these days.
He also has a Viking near the third base location, so he could spot for a drop coming from that direction as well.
Yeah.
Great move by top.
Just all this aggression the Virus is throwing at him. He's just like, nah, I don't care.
Now, Virus has his own second factory with a reactor as well, so both of these guys wanting to use Blue Flames to control the map sometimes does lead to interesting situations. It makes it, for a person in this kind of a scenario, both players, they don't really want to take a third base right away. Very difficult. You can make the command center, the Blue Flames aren't going to be able to do a whole lot about that, but the SCV transfer, you have to bring an escort for those guys. If that gets spotted, that gets nasty, or if you don't defend your command center in general, the Hellions will find it, they will kill every last SCV. You might have another massacre like we had last game. Nobody wants that. Now, Top is bringing his own Vikings to escort his Blue Flame Hellion drop. He's got 3 Vikings with this drop.
And a Hellion tagging along.
Hellion wants to be inside that dropship, but can't get in.
Like, wait for me.
Is he going to land the Vikings? Land the Vikings to harass at the front while he drops the Hellions at the back. Nice little move here.
There we go, all the Hellions. We're going to see more carnage of SCVs and workers here. Lots of these going down. There's a lot of Hellions. 4 Virus coming through. 13 workers killed. It's a good trade-off.
Yeah, the Vikings themselves in total getting about 8 kills between the 3 of them.
Yeah. There's still 1 Hellion there, gets another kill.
Top taking a significant supply lead now. He's about 20 supply ahead. He's made his 3rd command center. As far as tank counts go, Top 1 tank up on his opponent. It's pretty significant, though.
Yeah, it is. It's just all the aggression that Virus has sent out has been completely snuffed out by Top, and then he goes and does his own, and it's causing a lot of damage. It's just snowballing by the looks of it against Virus. He's now 30 supply down. He's down on the income, he's down on that, and he's got more Viking drops. It is taking a couple of hits from that tank, but oh no, getting caught off guard by the 3 Vikings.
That was a little weird. He landed Vikings in plain view of siege tank range, but did of course lift them immediately. Hellions around here. This is what I was talking about, controlling the middle of the map with the Hellions. Yeah. Xel'Naga Watchtower is so important on this map because it grants vision for your siege tanks.
And you can see those tanks coming through.
Yep. And
looks like he might actually go for a run by up in the top, and the natural here for top at the top, and the natural for top.
But of course the Warrior unit's there, ready. He's got a bunker, he's got a few tanks there.
He's going to that gold, but those Hellions see exactly what's going on.
Yeah, he's not going to want to transfer. Hold that thought. Some Hellions trying to sneak in here.
25 workers killed.
Yep, just 3. These Hellions are going to spot this command center, like you said, going to the gold.
Just sit underneath it. There we go.
And with that, Virus is going to know that he's going to try to find an SCV
Oh, he loses a lot of those Hellions getting a little bit too close to those tanks. He doesn't actually have siege mode yet for those, though.
That is true. The Virus actually has 4 factories, whereas Top is just sitting on 3. Right now, as far as tank count goes, 7 though for Top, just 3 of Virus. Vikings still scouting around for Virus. Really good job. He wants to actually go and maybe target down that command center if it lifts.
Well, there are some tanks ready to go sitting right there. We also see Virus taking his own 3rd base, but he really wants to stop that gold from getting up and running. Unfortunately, there are Hellions on the left-hand side and tanks in the perfect position here. He's actually making some turrets to reduce the vision. 1 Viking does go down.
Very true. These Vikings actually are rather... Yeah, the Vikings of Virus are going to land next to Top's gold, and he's going to try to do some harassment here. And most of those SCVs do escape, only 1 being taken out there. Nice reaction time by Top.
And yet again, Top just completely snuffing out any kind of harassment that's coming in. Oh, here we go, attacking into these siege tanks. Lots of these Hellions do go down. He siege his own tanks at the bottom of that ramp. Does throw down a scan, gets quite a few of those tanks, but he still has quite a bit. He's actually dropping the Vikings on the left-hand side as well. He might actually clean this up here.
I think he will, and this is going to put Top in a relatively tough spot. I mean, he's still up in supply, but he lost a huge chunk of his army.
He's going to lose that gold now. He's really nothing he can do, but he does Hellions have it in the natural and in the main. There's nothing there to stop them. Why are they attacking the factory?
The SCV is trying to split. He's just not splitting them properly, and a lot of them do go down. Virus losing so many SCVs, but he's sending his own units to attack the gold base up top. Like you're saying, it's going to be very difficult for him to hold that. But right now, as far as workers go, 54 for Top, just 12 of Virus.
55 workers killed. What is it with today?
I don't know. Blue Flame Hellions rule the day.
Okay, so Top still does have his natural. He's up on the supply. He's extremely ahead on the worker count. He just can't secure his 3rd.
Virus actually wants to kind of control the map with these Hellions. He's got he's got just 7 Hellions compared to the 14 Hellions of Top, though. So Top always having more Hellions around.
Yep.
As in more places, you might say he's got better Hellion coverage. But Virus does have that 3rd base, whereas Top was forced to lift his gold and still hasn't retaken a 3rd base since then. He's trying to move his command center through the middle of the map, escorting it with Vikings, flying over siege tanks. Both of these guys completely meching. No Marines to be found.
It's like we were saying at the beginning of the game, it seems to be trending a little bit more towards the blue plane Hellion tank. And Virus tries to move those tanks away, does lose 1. It looks like Top really wants that gold base back.
He does. He's not really willing to just make another command center. He wants to get ahead after losing so much mining time, and the gold base is the best way to do that. Nice positioning by those tanks, using his Viking control.
But actually, Virus catching back up in the working count is now 30 to 48, as we do see some more Viking drops to come in and deal as much damage as they can. The blue flame Helium's coming through as well.
Yeah, the Vikings not taking that much damage from the Hellions. Are forced to lift, though, as the tanks arrive. Doing a great job controlling the skies with those Vikings. With the Vikings there, you can see everything your opponent's doing, make it so you can't move dropships around. This base is getting a little bit low on hit points up here in the north. Wasn't able to retake the gold just yet, so did settle for that gold base. Top has made a third command center. It's in his main right now, but he's not making use of it. I like this one Banshee. When you control the air like this, you make the one Banshee. What's your opponent going to do? Is he going to lift Vikings to try to attack it? He can't. You have too many Vikings blocking those. No Marines to be seen. This is going to get really rough for Virus.
Bringing a lot more units down behind. There's a lot of Hellions right there.
About, I can't even count. There's like 20 Hellions over here, but hold that thought. The tank's going to siege up. A lot of these Hellions may go down.
We got more Vikings as well coming in. He's actually landed the Vikings. Good move there by Virus. The tanks are a little bit spread out. I wouldn't be surprised to see those Vikings landed on top of the tanks as well. Blue Flame Hellions into the third here for Virus, losing a lot more SCVs. He's completely shut down that third as well. At the same time, Top has taken the very top left expansion.
Yeah, Top doesn't like bases that are at the bottom.
No.
And here come those Vikings going to attack the lifted command center of Virus. Get a shot of it in the second.
He can't actually land there either because that one Blue Flame is still down there. It looks like Virus trying to go around what Top has been doing here, moving down, but he just can't get away from these Hellions. They're too fast. The Banshee coming in as well. There's a lot of Hellions there. Sieging up.
He may land those Vikings on top of the tanks. That's exactly what he's going to do. And that may spell a certain death for Virus. He's just losing his entire army, lands his own Vikings. That's it. GG. Top advances to the round of 16. Virus will stay in Code S.
Not the worst possible outcome for Virus, but still a little bit disappointed there by the looks of it.
He played well. They both played a very similar style. They had different ways of getting there, but the end result was the same.
But the overall theme for that game for me was that Virus couldn't harass. Every time he sent a dropship, every time he sent a Banshee, there was always a Viking there to stop it, there was always units there to stop it, and on the other hand, Top always seemed to find to get Blue Flame Hellions into his base, somehow.
Yeah. To be honest, I think that type of style just kind of revolves around that harassment.
Yeah.
You can't just make Hellions. You have to be mobile with them. You have to harass with them. And it was very reminiscent of StarCraft 1, actually. In StarCraft 1, you saw Vultures versus Vultures. Vultures attacking one command center, Vultures attacking another command center. And in StarCraft 2, you didn't see harassment like that. But we even saw the Virus make a wall of supply depots to block the Hellions outside of that base. The Hellions are trying to come in and harass. Very reminiscent of StarCraft 2. I mean, StarCraft 1, rather. Where you're trying to block the Vultures out.
Yeah. So on the screen here we do have OGS Top advances to the round of 16. Fruit Dealer drops to the up and down matches. Of course, Startail Virus stays in Code S at the very least. And Genius 2-0ing the group, advancing the round of 16 with a better seed.
Yeah.
He played very well today. He actually did impress me a little bit.
Fruit Dealer, though, I'm worried about this guy.
I can't see where you're coming from there. He just couldn't really defend against those Blue Flame Hellions. Like, what, 115 drones lost by the end of that game?
So many of those.
Admittedly, he did pull all his drones at the end, but still, just couldn't stay in it. And even Virus knew that. He just kept making command center after command center. Just kept going. So, hopefully, we'll see some more play from him later.
Yeah.
I think
we're going to have a 2-minute break here, guys.
Yep.
So we'll see you guys in 2 minutes with our next group.